starting out, let's talk about some world adoption, because what it's going to come down to is really more buyers than sellers, and we definitely do have a lot of it. So today it was reported T-Mobile Deutsche Telekom announces that they are going to be mining Bitcoin, which is kind of interesting. Unlike a lot of other companies that are just simply buying ETFs or buying, say, mining companies, they will be mining themselves. And interesting enough, they're also a validator for Fetch AI. A lot of you guys have been asking about Fetch AI and this conversion to ASI. I didn't even know this, but they are actually a validator. So they are already involved with other crypto projects, but they're getting involved with Bitcoin mining. Again, every single company out there is now looking at some kind of Bitcoin strategy, whether to buy Bitcoin directly to put on their balance sheet or invest in something that relates to Bitcoin. In this case, mining. They're about to just turn up a lot of mining rigs. So that is absolutely fantastic. But look at this. As part of our economic plan for El Salvador, we propose BPI, Bank of Private Investment, where we can diversify the financial options offered to potential investors in dollars and Bitcoin. That's awesome. That is awesome. Again, the more people get educated about Bitcoin and the more they're advised about Bitcoin, the more people will be buying Bitcoin. Those of you guys from Australia approved their very first spot Bitcoin ETF and will be starting to trade June 20th, which is next week. So approximately Wednesday for those of us in the US and Thursday for those of you guys in Australia. So we're getting global ETFs as well now in Australia, in Hong Kong, of course, the US, Canada, and there's many others. They're waiting to be released, right? So Bitcoin is a global phenomenon, not just a US one, even though I know Wall Street kind of leads the way and can cause a lot of volatility. But globally, as more and more of the 8 billion people on the planet start buying, that's when you know Bitcoin is in a really good spot and is not going away and will only get stronger from here on out. Speaking of ETFs though, cumulative BTC spot ETF volume nearing 300 billion, only 155 days. This week was not good. We did see a lot of outflow, but the only fund that had basically virtually no outflow is BlackRock. And that is not a surprise, okay? Because BlackRock continues to load up. They don't want to sell any, even when possibly you know retail investors and institutions are selling a little bit because they're falling for FOMC or inflation FUD. But nevertheless, BlackRock continues to just either not buy or buy very, very little actually outflows. But we'll see. We still have a lot of whales buying. $1 trillion, no, $1 billion. That would be crazy if $1 trillion minted out of Tether. $1 billion minted out of Tether Treasury. So again, that's to replenish the Tron network, which means there are a lot of people that are buying with Tether. There's no other reason to be minting it. That means they got a whole bunch of money and they converted to USDT. Right? So whales are still loading up. I've shown a lot of charts and metrics showing how whale activity, whale addresses, whale holdings are all going upwards. They are getting ready for this reversal. They have been buying ever since April, ever since we had a really bad down month. They've been buying and buying and buying and buying. So something is about to happen, right? So again, looking at the halving events of prior cycles, we have some sideways movement, maybe even some down movement right after the halving event. And then we start moving. We start moving in a big, big way. We were accelerated this cycle, obviously, because we hit a new all-time high before the halving. So things are accelerated a little bit, but overall, we're still moving like the previous cycles. just a little bit faster. So again, if you're looking at this, hey, that looks like that next leg up is starting to build. And there are a lot of charts like this that show the same thing. Again, inverse head and shoulders somehow don't have the same effect as just regular head and shoulders. So, you know, if you were shown a chart like this, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, everyone would cry that a big dump is coming, right? But this is, in fact, an inverse head and shoulders pattern, just flipped, because when you put it like this, it looks like for sure Bitcoin dropped. But if you put it the other way, it doesn't look like it's going to go up. But if this is going to hold true, what is going to happen? We're going to go. We're going to form that next leg up and could be right around $90,000. Just like this, I chose this in the thumbnail. There's so many patterns and signals that's showing that we are getting ready for that next leg up, and that reversal is actually right around the corner. It's imminent. So if you look at an ascending triangle, right, that's exactly kind of like how it's been doing. We've been testing the top of the triangle for quite a long time. We tested the bottom now several times. And if we break out of this, 80, 90, 100,000 around the corner. Or maybe we go sideways a little bit more until we're ready. It's going to come. And I think it's sooner than later, because honestly, we've been going sideways for over like 90 days now. So something is brewing, especially with all the whale activity that we've been hearing about behind the scenes. There are a lot of whale activity, that's for sure. All right, what else is there? Well, what about Ethereum spot ETF? Now, just this week, we had Gary Gensler come out and say, well, we think Ethereum ETFs will be out before September or on September. I forgot if he said before. But now there's rumblings that it could come way sooner than that. July 2nd, which is, of course, 2 days before 4th of July, and less than a month away. Now, why does this Bloomberg analyst, Eric, think so? Well, he has a lot of inside information, right? So he's hearing the staff sent issuers comments on S1 today, and they're pretty light, nothing major, asking them back in a week. Decent chance they will work and declare them effective the next week and get them off their plate before holiday weekend. Anything possess, but this is our best guess for now. Oh, anything possible, but this is our best guess for now, right? And he was right about spot ETFs. I mean, I think he was one of the first ones, him or James, that came out and said that, hey, we think ETFs are going to get approved, or there's an 80% chance for Bitcoin spot ETFs to get approved. And he was right. So he's putting two together. So we'll see. If Ethereum ETFs come out next month, way sooner than September, I think this could be a huge catalyst for the market as well. If you want to comment on anything I've said in this video, make sure you head over to the Roundtable. The Roundtable is a new social media platform created for conversations. And best of all, it's spam-free, bot-free, unlike here on YouTube. And you could have conversations with me and others like Altcoin Daily, Scott Melker, Mauro Nafal, and many others are joining daily. And you also get rewarded in tokens for doing so. So check out the new Roundtable. Click the link in the description below.